Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over this 2021 Mercedes-Benz AMG GLE 63, but I would like to give a special thanks to Mercedes-Benz of Cutler Bay for providing with the GLE 63S. If you're in the market for a Mercedes-Benz, you can come check out Mercedes-Benz and ask for Lewis. He will get you into a new or pre-owned vehicle. But let's start off underneath the hood here of the GLE Coupe here. Once I open up the hood here, it reveals Mercedes 4-liter bi-turbo engine. It's handcrafted by someone named Patrick. So shout out to you, Patrick, for creating this beautiful beast of an engine. This makes 603 horsepower, 627 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission. As the GLE Coupe sits, it weighs 5,400 pounds. Fuel economy is rated at 15 in the city, 19 on the highway, and 17 combined. And of course, premium gas is required here to feed this V8 engine here. But shutting the hood here of the GLE Coupe, once I shut the hood does have this nice satisfying click. I do like the way that it sounds. There's these bulges here in the hood. This black exterior color looks really good here with the chrome accents. I do like the Panoramica grille here. The 3-pointer Mercedes emblem, it does illuminate at nighttime, so it will give you that nice elegant look. There's this front-facing camera here. There's front parking sensors here, and like I mentioned, since this has the V8 underneath the hood, there's going to be a lot of areas here which are functional to keep this V8 cooled as possible. Looking at these headlights here, they're adaptive. They swivel with an LED turn signal, with an automatic low and high beam, with an LED daytime run light. There's also an AMG badge here in the grille. I do like this grille. This grille looks really nice. Like I mentioned, everything here in the front fascia is going to be functional to keep that V8 cooled as possible. I want you guys to comment down below in the comment section and let me know what you guys think about the GLE Coupe. I think the GLE Coupe does look really good here. This does have this nice aggressive stance here in the front fascia. Looking at the side profile, let's start out with these tires and wheels here. These are a 275/45 tire. They're wrapped in this 21-inch rim design. I do like the rim design here. The rotors here, they're going to be cross-drilled and ventilated. Also like the red brake calipers here. They have the AMG stamped on them. That's this V8 bi-turbo with the 4MATIC badge here on the side fender. There's this LED sight marker here on the mirror cap, and up top Mercedes does offer this moonroof here to let light into the cabin. These running boards here can help your kids get into this vehicle if they're short or tall, and this also has adaptive suspension, so you can lower and raise this vehicle if you have short or tall kids. The wheelbase for the GLE is at 117 inches with an overall length of 190. I also like this fastback design here because it's the coupe model here of the GLE, and Mercedes does give you these 315s here in the rear to give this thing more grip on the road. Looking at the rear, let's start out with this rear spoiler here. I like how it's integrated into the top of the trunk lid. There's also this fastback design here because this is a coupe model of the GLE. Looking at these taillights here, they're a full LED turn signal, reverse light, and brake light. There's a GLE 63S badge here. There's a 3-pointed Mercedes emblem. There's also the AMG badge, and this is also how you open up the cargo here. I'll show you guys that in a few seconds. Looking down here at the lower part of the bumper, there's rear parking sensors. There's also quad tip exhaust here, and you can tow. I don't actually have the towing figures here. What Mercedes says that you can tow with the GLE Coupe here, but open up the cargo, just like a Volkswagen, you push the emblem in, and once you do that, it reveals 23 cubic feet of space. And Mercedes also gives you this little shade area here so someone can't look through the actual rear glass to take a look in the cargo area here. Once you fold down all the seats, Mercedes says you get 60.7 cubic feet of space once you fold down the rear seats there. And underneath here, Mercedes does give you a spare tire instead of a fix-a-flat kit. Sitting inside the interior of the GLE 63S, this interior looks really nice. I do like these two 12.3-inch displays here. Also like the red stitching and piping here that the GLE that I'm showing you guys today offers here. Is red stitching. There's also some carbon fiber here splashed on the dashboard. But shutting the door here of the GLE, to start up the GLE, just put your foot on the brake and press the start-stop button down here. Once you do that, you're greeted by this 4-liter V8, which has a nice rumble once you start up the GLE here. But looking at the door panel material, there's this nice leather here with the stitching here. There's also 3-level heated and cool seats. If you guys press this button here, if the passenger leaves their cool seats on, you can turn it off via this control here. I like the carbon fiber here splashed on the door panel materials. There's 3-person memory seats. Of course, you guys know Mercedes put their seat controls here on the door panel. Beautiful ambient lighting, one of the best ambient lightings that I've seen in a production car. It is automatic up, automatic down for all 4 windows. You can also power fold the mirrors in if you would like. So if you're on a tight street, you could definitely power fold them in via this control here. Your trunk release is down here. There's electronic parking brake. Your headlight controls are here. This also has the Burmester sound system. I do like the metal speaker cover here, which is nice premium touch there. Looking at the steering wheel here, there's some perforated leather. This does offer paddle shifters. The wind wiper stock is there with the turn signal stock. This is how you put the vehicle into reverse, neutral, drive, and park. You switch up to go into reverse. You guys can see nice backup camera there with a top-down 360 view. There's going to be a lot of angles around this vehicle. Mercedes does give you a lot of cameras to look around this vehicle. There's also the backup camera there. Nice clean resolution. Mercedes is one of the best backup cameras in the business. Clicking down, you put the vehicle into drive, and to put it into park, just press this little tab there. The vehicle goes back into park. I do like the airbag cover here with the 3-pointed Mercedes emblem. This is for the traction control, also for the suspension. You can also switch the car into sport plus, or even a race mode. You guys can hear the baffles open, and it does offer a nicer rumble. So if you guys don't want to hear that V8, you can put it into a sport mode there to quiet it down a little bit, or even a comfort. This also has an individual, slippery, even a trail mode, and even a sand mode. You can also raise this vehicle if you would like. This does have adaptive suspension. But going back here into comfort, like I mentioned, this does offer two 12.3-inch displays. You can customize the gauge cluster if you like via this control here, which is a touch sensitive area here. But going here to the displays, you guys can see you can change it to a more of a conservative look if you would like. This does have cruise control here. Over here you can also use this to mess around with the infotainment system here. This also has Mercedes MBUX system, so you can say, "Hey Mercedes." Sometimes she works, sometimes she doesn't, but "Hey Mercedes, hey Mercedes, can you show me to the nearest gas station?" So once you do that, it will show you which is the closest gas station to you. For example, there's a Mobil less than a mile away. Going back to the Apple CarPlay here, this does support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Going to the Google Maps, it just takes up the small area of the screen here. It doesn't take up the whole 12.3-inch display. Mercedes is going to be offering wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but you have to go for the new S-Class once that's available. But right now, the S-Class is not available. Not here at this dealership, maybe in another dealership in the United States. But going here to the Mercedes head unit here, very fast to touch system there. You can also basically track your performance. If you wanted to take this thing on a track or whatnot, you could definitely do so. But going here to comfort, you can mess with the ambient lighting here to change it to any color you like. Mercedes offers 64 different colors. As you guys can see here, I put it into red. Hopefully the camera picks it up. Or going here to a yellow here. You guys can see it will display here is underneath the door panel there. This also has an automatic start-stop function there, so you can defeat that if you would like. This also has red stitching, like I mentioned. There's some nice high-quality switches here for the dual climate control. Like I mentioned, this does offer 3-level heated and cool seats, but the controls are going to be on the door panel. This also has a code function here for the cup holder, or a heated function there, so you could click on and off if you would like. So if you want to keep your drinks cold, you can do so. If you want to keep your drinks hot, you can do so as well. My iPhone 12 Pro Max does fit if you don't use the actual USB port cable there. This also offers a wireless phone charger. You can close this off if you didn't have your water bottle there and whatnot. But looking at the key fob here, I do like this dark chrome finish here on the key fob. Looks really nice. There's a lock, unlock, the 3 points of Mercedes emblem. There's a panic button, even a trunk release. I like the AMG badge here. I like this bronze here on the key fob. Looking here, there's this trackpad. You can mess around with the infotainment system via this trackpad, or you can touch the screen if you would like. If not, you could use the touch sensitive controls here on the steering wheel. Looking here at this little toggle switch here, this is for the drive mode selector. Like I showed you guys, there's different drive modes here. There's a individual, comfort, sport plus. Like I mentioned, once you put the vehicle into a sport mode and above, it opens up the baffle to give it more of a nicer sound to it. You can also access the parking sensors and whatnot. There's a favorite button there. Also the navigation, radio, telephone. You can rest your palm here, so you can use the trackpad there. There's a manual mode, stability control. Like I mentioned, it does offer adaptive suspension, so you can lower and raise this vehicle to your settings. This is for the suspension. You go in here, this opens up the baffle. As you guys can see, once you do that, it puts it into sport mode already. There's nice carbon fiber here, splash out the dashboard. The glove compartment offers a decent size storage there. The seats in here, they're supportive, they're aggressively bolstered. I'd like the aggressive bolsters here. It holds you in place. Also like the red inserts here. There's the AMG badge here. Nice plush seats, and above me there's this moonroof or panoramic sunroof here. Also like the headliner here is going to be lined with felt. There's going to be LED lights throughout the cabin here. You can also close the shade if you would like. Great visibility out of the front here of the GLE, but not out of the rear, as you guys can see, because it has that fastback design. Looking here at the center console, it does offer a decent amount of storage. There's a USB-C in there. I like that it's leather padded here, but overall the GLE does have a nice interior. But let's hop into the back seat of the GLE. So getting into the back seat here, the Mercedes-Benz GLE Coupe here, as you guys can see, I have to duck my head. Before I started filming, I kind of bumped my head getting out of the back seat here. So if you guys are tall, you have to duck your head to get inside this SUV, because this does have a coupe back design here. As you guys can see, this moonroof or panel sunroof let a lot of light into this cabin. It's going to be LED lights here up top. There's also 2 mount pockets back here for storage. There's your own set of rear air vents here, a small storage area here. Pulling this down here, it reveals two USB-Cs, a small storage compartment there. The floor back here is not flat, but you can fit 3 people across. And Mercedes says you get 40.9 inches of legroom here in the GLE 63. Pulling this down here, it does reveal 2 cup holders. And I'm only 5'8", and I do have a decent amount of headroom, but overall the GLE, it does have a spacious back seat. So starting off in the 2021 Mercedes-Benz AMG GLE 63S here. This has Mercedes-Benz 4-liter bi-turbo engine. It's handcrafted by someone named Patrick. So shout out to Patrick for creating this beautiful V8 engine. This makes 603 horsepower, 627 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission. Let's talk about fuel economy for this big old beast here. This gets 15 in the city, 19 on the highway, and 17 combined. And of course, premium gas is required here in the GLE 63 Coupe here. And that V8 sounds really good. And this is with the car in comfort mode here. And this thing is just handling really good on the sharp turns. And you're just putting your foot to the floor there. It has a nice growl from that V8. But great visibility out of the GLE Coupe here. Out of the rear, since it's a coupe model, it has that fastback roof design. It kind of eats into the visibility, but Mercedes does equip this with blind spot monitoring, forward collision warning. So, and also with the rear cross traffic alert, so they do keep your family safe on short or long commutes here. I like the 3-level cool seats here. They're keeping me really cool because it's hot outside right now. It's like over 80 degrees. Here in Miami, it's becoming summertime. The seats in here, they're aggressively bolstered. I do like the red leather that Mercedes offers here on the coupe model of the GLE. Here in Miami, we don't have the best of roads, like I mentioned in previous reviews, but the GLE does sucks up the bumps just fine. This also has adaptive suspension as well. And just barely putting my foot to the floor, this SUV will move itself out of its own way. Like I mentioned, this thing makes over 600 horsepower. I do like these 2 12.3-inch displays here. It does offer Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I'm looking out of the rear mirror here. The visibility is not the best. Mercedes should equip this thing with a rear view camera mirror like on a Cadillac, which I do like rear view camera mirrors. It does help with better visibility. Because this car definitely needs it. Just looking out of the rear window there, it's very restrained in the back, but you do get great visibility around the GLE besides the rear, like I mentioned just now. But you can cycle through this little area here on the steering wheel to go into the different drive modes here, and it will display what drive mode that you're going into. So I'm going to put it into its race mode here. Like I mentioned, this thing makes over 600 horsepower. It makes 627 pound-feet of torque. God. And this thing will backfire and do a little cracks and pops here and there, which sound really good. And the steering does get a little tight here on the GLE Coupe. And this SUV handles really good here. Let's downshift here. Oof, nice growl. Second gear. I do like the burbles and pops that you get from the exhaust. Very throaty V8 here. that Mercedes offers. Like I mentioned, this thing is handcrafted by someone named Patrick. So like I mentioned, shout out to you, Patrick, for creating this beautiful beast of an engine. And I think this GLE Coupe does have launch control, so I'm going to test that out really quick to see. When you guys have a Mercedes-Benz product, you have to let the temperature coolant and all that stuff basically warm up, because if you don't do that, the car is not going to let you use the launch control. Unfortunately, that's how it is. But let's just stop here and do a launch really quick. In order to engage the launch control here, you're going to turn off the traction control, foot on the brake, have it in the race start mode there. And I think 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds, so great 0 to 60 timing. It didn't say race, and it didn't bang off the limiter there, so I'm not sure if it does have launch control or not, but the launch did feel really good when I brake boosted there. But let's just try again and see what happens. So I'm going to try the launch control again. I changed the gauge display here and see what happens. Turn the traction off, and I'm going to put into its race mode here. Foot on the brake and accelerator. Nothing. Oh my god. Those shifts are so damn crazy. Oh my god, the 9-speed automatic is just so beautiful paired with this powertrain. I don't think the GLE Coupe here does have launch control, or maybe I didn't let the car get a little warm in order to initiate the launch control. But I'm going to put it into its comfort mode here. This does have adaptive suspension, so you can lower and raise this car. So if you guys have short kids or tall kids and they have a hard time getting into SUVs, you can help them with using the adaptive suspension right here in the center console area here. But this 9-speed automatic is paired beautiful with this powertrain. I'm going to downshift here. This is second gear. Oh god. And the GLE Coupe just wakes right up. Great powertrain. Fuel economy is rated at 15 in the city, 19 on the highway, and 17 combined. So the GLE Coupe, the fuel economy is not a strong suit in a sense, and this car has stickers for over 6 figures. So if you guys have money to play, you wouldn't have money. I mean, you would have money to fill this thing up, so that wouldn't be an issue for you, because this car nearly costs 6 figures here. But I have no complaints. The performance is good, and this car just hustles. This SUV just hustles. It gets out of its own way. The powertrain is good. It sounds really good. One thing I'm gonna say is the rear visibility is not the best. So after spending time with the 2021 AMG GLE 63S here, starting price here for the GLE Coupe is at $116,000 with the options and accessories, including destination. The GLE 63S here stickers for $120,365. Hope you guys have enjoyed this review. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Drive On Reviews and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next video.